And welcome everyone, this is Ruse TV. It's Friday night and this is the Oz Team Racing Series 1, the GT3 Series, Season 1, of the GT3 Series. We are round number 5, so we've officially crossed the halfway mark of the season. We're beginning the second half and we're back to a similar format, 65-minute race tonight after last week, which was sprint races doubleheader. So let's take a quick look back at last week. It was around Zolder, and you can see there, race 1, it belonged to Breno Eliis. So he had the jump there on Glori Babi. So he was our third different race winner of the season. So big congratulations to him. Started P1 and ended up in P1 for the race. Dan Icarus in the Pro-Am qualified 6th, finished 8th, but he still led his class. So nice work from him in the Lexus. And another Lexus, it was Jack Steele this time. Qualified 7th, finished 4th, and he was the highest in the AM class. So congratulations to him. Then we had race 2. Race 2 was pretty hectic, to be honest. There was a lot of chaos at the beginning of race 2. It was, it didn't go off without a hitch, that's for sure. It was reminiscent of round 1 at Watkins Glen earlier this season. So, they definitely all woke up in a bit more of an angry mood for race number 2. As you can see, it was Glori Babi. He returned to the winner's circle. So big congratulations and shout out to him. He started, he qualified. It was a one-shot qualifying session for the second race, and he finished P1. Then it was Icarus who took out the clean sweep for the AM, and so did Jack Steele, but maybe I got those wrong and didn't update them. Anyway, it is what it is. So let's get to the overall standings. As you can see there, it is Glori Babi leading the way on 222 points. He's had 4 pole positions, 3 wins. He is leading Breno Eliis on 195 and a half. John Zhu sitting there in 3rd. He's punching away nicely. Dan Icarus on 188 points in 4th. Hamilton on 186. And then it's still pretty close as well with Skinny Luke there on 185 in 6th. Then Ben Hederman, he's had that race win. Sits on 171 points. Chris Wren 165. Same as Matt Bursa and Tarab Bank in P10 on 160. In terms of the Pro-Am, it's Dan Icarus leading the way, 188 points. He's 28 points clear of Tarab Bank at the moment. Matt Azar is sitting there in P3 on 125. Harnett there in 4th position, 126 points behind him is Douglas. Shane Robbins a little bit further down on 106 points. Hayden Bevis 104, Andy Bear 100, Bracefield 89.5, and Harry Smiles on 86. In terms of the AM standings, we've got Hudson sitting on top there on 80.5 points, but Jack Steele's pretty close behind, 64 and a half after his race class victories last round. And then you've got Hoffman, Heikinger, Whiteman, and Anderson. All right, that's all the standings done. Last week's recap. And now we have, we're all set for Suzuka. So this is the circuit, one of the most famous in all of motorsport. Definitely one of my all-time favorites as well, with the very, very unique first corner. The S-curves, or the Schumacher curves they call them now, up through Dunlop, Degner 1, Degner 2. You've got the famous hairpin, then you've got Spoon Curve, and it's the blast down the kind of a straight into the famous 130R, the Casio Triangle, and then you finish the lap there. So looking forward to this one. This is how it stands at the moment. So Jack Steele, a 159.252. Was the owner of the fastest lap in practice. We'll see how that goes. Having a look through the field, a lot of familiar names. Field of 28. So once again, another healthy field here for Oz Team Racing. And like I said, this is round number 5 of an 8-round season. So we've officially crossed the halfway. We've had one round of double-header sprint race. We've had the little mini enduro, the 90 minutes at Bathurst. We've had a 65-minute race in there, a couple of 65s, and then we're back to the 65 format. And then we've got another couple of, we've got another double-header coming up as well. We've got Hungaro Ring, Red Bull Ring, we've got Paul Ricard next round. So we've got some exciting circuits left for the season. It has been pretty action-packed already, so I'm looking forward to see what the remaining rounds look like. It's just these final drivers here getting in their laps. That's Tanner heading in. Andy Squires. That was his debut last round, Andy Squires. So looking forward to see what he's got in store for us this time around. Here's my track map. I'm looking for it. Here we go.
Green light, go, go, go.
Search. Who is going to be first out on track? Can't quite see. 747. It's Hayden Bevis. Oh no, there's a few of them out there. Right, plenty of cars. So it's a 25-minute qualifying session tonight. It's just business as usual. It's well, not necessarily business as usual. It's a normal qualifying session. We've had some sort of mixed qualifying sessions on smaller tracks due to the large fields. But this circuit tonight does accommodate a larger field. So it's just 25 minutes, kind of free for all. Everyone can head out there. We've got no restrictions tonight, or that's what I've gathered from the Discord anyway. So I hope I am correct. But as you can see, plenty of cars making their way out on circuit right now. That's one of the Meatworks entries leading the way. Is it Ryan Anderson? I think it is. Yep. So what have we got? Track temperature 23 degrees, air temperature is 16. So looking good out there right now. No signs of any kind of weather. Looks absolutely perfect. So perfect conditions. Should see some fast times. So he's going to be the first car out on a flying lap. He's got in the 98. It is. It's going to be Ryan Anderson. Let's jump on board with him. Listen to the beautiful sounds of that V8 engine. Way up through the S's now. Bit of that curb. They're quite friendly, curb friendly. That is the trick around here. Keeping it nice and tight. Then you want to flick it left up through Dunlop. Hopefully he can absolutely nail it through here. He does. And it's the first of the Degners. Degner 1, clip the inside curb, beautiful. Degner 2, clip the inside curb. Under the bridge, very unique about this circuit, it's in the figure 8 shape, the bridge going over the top there into the famous hairpin. See plenty of overtaking opportunities through there. You can see a couple of little bits of contact and whatnot through there, I expect, in the opening laps of the race. And so the up the hill towards the Spoon Curve. It's the curve that just feels like it's going on forever and ever. He's at the back end just stepping out there a little bit. And then it's now, we don't really have sort of a straight, it's more of a kind of a large sort of curve, gentle curve. Not so gentle as the 130R though. Somewhat been muted in sort of more recent times. With all the runoff there, it used to be the old sand trap through there, but don't have that anymore. A lot safer. A lot safer. That is the priority, as it should be. So Anderson will go to the top. Douglas will make his way across the line as well. We'll just try and catch as many of them as we can. There's Bevis, Hayden Bevis up through there. This is Desidodo. Looks like it's Icarus in the background. It is. That's Marosk in the Ferrari. That'll be, I think that's Braithfield in the Lamborghini. Yeah, it is. He's got a teammate with an identical livery. This is Tanner. So we saw at the end of, was it last round? I think it was, where Glori Babi was pushing Cash Tanner through, and they're teammates. So he wasn't necessarily just being a nice guy, he was actually helping out his teammate. So, Skinny Luke, thanks for the string. Yeah, no dramas, mate. Tarab Bank. Tarab Bank. Let's see him up here. I thought I saw Glori Babi out there. Oh, yeah, no, he's in the pits. Robbins. So what have we got fastest time right now? 2 minutes. 2 minute 0.5. 1:59.2 was the fastest time in free practice. That was held by Jack Steele. Now, I'm pretty sure we didn't have any qualifying restrictions, but I tend to think that might not be correct on my part, because this looks like it's following sort of seen in the past, where it's sort of half the field, Pro-Am and the AMs. Anyway, we'll work our way through it, eh? Here comes Robbins. So, heading towards the line. What sort of time can he put in? 2:02, so good enough for P7. Nice work from him. Here's Jabin Marosk. Ferrari. That'll be his first time. Good enough for P4 at the moment. Here comes our AM championship leader, Hudson. He's up into P4. Oh, my voice is a little soft. Hopefully fixes it. I'll try to talk much more directly into the microphone then. Yeah, I hope that is better. Let me know. +1. I hope I'm going in the right direction with it. Let me know if that is any better. I'm trying to talk as close as I can. I'll try and follow the action at the same time. Hopefully I can do that. And the pros all in the pits until the 13-minute mark as well, apart from Tarab. There you go. So, yeah, I didn't see that in the Discord, so I must not have been looking in the right place. Anderson setting a time 2 minute 0.6. Here is Tarab Bank. He hits the line, still remains in P3 for now. Here's Rosk. Oh, that was Hayden Bevis as well. He doesn't improve his position. It is Bracefield. Rosk was 4/10 up. Dan Hickory has gone to the top of the times. Here comes Brad Bracefield. Not going to improve on his time. Who else is out there? So Ryan Anderson. Fastest time 2:06. He is 4/10 up on his best time right now. So 2:06. A 59.860. That's the fastest time by Dan Icarus. Hopefully the sound is coming through a little bit better. Nothing worse than poor sound. Anderson continuing to work away, so 1.5 tenths up on his best time right now. Bracefield is out there as well on a fast lap. He's half a second up right now, so he's coming just towards the hairpin right now. There's two cars out on circuit who are up on their best times. Anderson just dropping off a little bit. Only a tenth up, and he's 3/10 up on his previous time. Dan Icarus has got this nailed in the triple two, 59.860. Leading the pack by 0.8 of a second. So looking very good right now. Here comes Anderson to the line. 3.5 tenths up, and he'll move into P2. There we go, nice work from him. Let's go back to Brad Bracefield. Making his way through the 130R. This livery, beautiful livery. It's out of the Casio triangle, nails it down the hill, the right-hander. And he's going to improve significantly. Will he get up into P4, P5? P6. There we go. I was wrong all along. Ross, he's not really going to improve his time. Neither is Hudson. Only a couple of minutes left before the rest of the field, the other half, get to do qualify. Cash Tanner, his best time's a 2:02.3. He's not going to beat that on this trip around. So he's down there in P11 at this late stage of this part one of qualifying. What about Dylan Douglas? We saw a lot of action with him previously. In the last couple of rounds, especially the sprint round, he did qualify quite high. There was a couple of struggles in the race, but he put up a pretty good fight along the way. He's working nicely right now. 2:967 is his best time. Let's see. He makes his way down the back straightish curve, whatever you want to call it, for the 130R. Casio triangle. Half tenths up. It isn't. So P4 is where he will remain for now. Here's Dan Icarus going for one last flying lap. The rest of the field should start to filter out onto the track very shortly. He is coming into the pits. Here's Shane Robbins for the Wolfpack Racing entry. Talked about here the significance of his livery last week. Sent me a nice message afterwards as well, which was quite nice. Mustang. That's a big chunk of the quarter that he took out there. All's well that ends well. He hasn't been able to pull it up under brakes there, so 666. I think he's going to report that and just head out into the pit. So fastest time of that little first half of qualifying, a 59.860 was the best time. That belonged to Dan Icarus. So we're going to see the rest of the field all filter out here for the remaining 11 and a bit minutes of this qualifying session. Breno sitting P2 in the championship, and have a look at them. They're pushing hard right from the get-go. That was Hamilton, Jack Steele, Alice, John Zhu as well, Glori Babi, Chris Wren, there's Vinny Canero in the background. They're all out there. They're going to get their own little piece of real estate and see what sort of time they can put in here and how high on the grid they can get. Babi was out there, Etch-a-Sketch, 386 in the Nissan. So yeah, Jack Steele, he's our AM championship leader right now. Oh no, championship second place, sorry. I still do think that is a mistake, but anyway. Here's Andrew Gallagher. We'll see what sort of showing he can put in this evening. He's 36, I think it's Skinny Luke. He does love being the first out of the pits in the second group. So let's stick with him. Dives into the double apex. Turn one right-hander. Yes, it's such a challenging part of the circuit. Going up the hill, just getting the car to turn can be a bit of a challenge. As you can see right there, turn 7 Dunlop. One of my favourite parts of the circuit here through Degma 1, just throwing the car over the curbs, and into Degma 2 under the bridge. There's plenty of the runoff there on the exit. Now into the famous hairpin. Sure we'll see plenty of action there this evening. So 1:59.860 was the fastest time so far. 59.252 to Jack Steele in free practice. So let's see if he can replicate that. Track conditions haven't changed, so still 16 degrees air temperature, 23 degrees track temperature. See how he takes the 130R, he takes a big chunk of the curve as well. Nice and settled though. So far, and we'll see a bunch of times start to filter through. John Zhu will be one of them. Jack Steele has crossed the line too. I'll get Andy Squires. Where are you, Vinny Canero? There he is, up there. Hamilton coming through. Chris Wren coming through. Get to the time in a second. Start to see them filtering through. Who was that? Is that Nick Pickett? No, it was Matt Bursa. They've got kind of a similar livery, both forwards. That was Cutler, Ben Cutler. That's Mustang. I'm not too sure if you've seen Ben Cutler in this season already. I'm not too sure. I think that might be a new name to me anyway. Here's Gary Lawless. He's kind of a new name. He wasn't here for round 1, but out in the Bentley, he goes up into P number 8. So what was the fastest time? It was Glori Babi, a 1:58.685. That's the fastest time from him. Championship leader. He's had multiple poles already this season. There's a tracker. Pole position. He's had 3 pole positions. 4 if you include... no, just 3 pole positions so far this season. It wasn't for the second one in in Zolder. I'll work it out. We'll be alright. Skinny Luke. We've got him. Let's go back to Glori Babi and see if he can improve on his fastest time. 58.685, so that's 6/10 faster than what we saw in free practice from Jack Steele. He's up there in P3, 58.775. It's not going to be enough for Babi to improve, or it might have been invalidated anyway. So here's Andy Squires. He's not going to improve on his time. Breno Ellis did, but not his position. Etch-a-Sketch won't improve his position. What about Hamilton? He moves up. No, he gets demoted to P12. Here's Bursa. He's 8/10 up on his best time. He moves up into 8th position. Andy Gallagher up into 13. Pickin. Sitting is 16th at the moment, 6.5 up on his best time at 2:07, goes to 2:01, so that's good enough for P12 right now. Andy Squires has put in some fast times, 58.75, so 72/100ths of a second. The difference between P1 and P2, less than a tenth between P1 and P3. So we've got some fast guys at the front, and it's a little bit more of a further gap, half a second between Steele and Alice. That sort of drops off after that. So the top four and a bit of a sort of almost a class of their own. This is shaping up quite nicely. Just under 5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. A man that we haven't seen very much of tonight so far is Vinny Ciniero, up there in P10th at the moment. Flick between him and Andy Squires there, just up the road from one another. Go on board, you can see there he is. That's the Ford of Squires. No, it was, we've got a Lexus in between them. I think that's Etch-a-Sketch. So there's a Lexus separating them. Squires is 4/10 up on his best time right now. That'd be enough for pole position at this stage. Glori Babi just out there circulating right now. Less than 4 minutes remaining. But Squires is going to take pole right now. He's looking good. Here's Matt Bursa. Vinny Ciniero, he goes up into 5th. Bursa, he's a 10th up on his best. He might move up into 9th. Doesn't. Here's Gary Lawless. So Alice is out there down on his best time. No one's really up right now. Lawless was up, but then he's lost a bit of time there around 1:30R, so no good for him. And he won't improve on that time soon. Andy Squires, the fastest, 58.5. Down on his best time right now. Who else is out there? Skinny Luke is on a decent time. 59.7 in P7. 3/10 up on his best so far. Which would, if he continues this on, he could snag a top 5 starting position. There from Steele. He's put in a practical lap time, 58.775, so he's going to have P3, sorry. Only a tick over 2 minutes remaining as well. So this will be sort of final lap stuff for most of these guys. Here's Luke. What can he do here? He's going to improve, but by how much is the question? Good enough for P5. Nice work from him. He's Etch-a-Sketch. He's 3.5 up on his best time. Can he leapfrog Vinny Ciniero? He does. He moves up into P6. Here's Bursa. He's 4/10 up on his best time. 59.9. He is going to do a 59.3. Good enough for P5. What about Nick Pickin? few other guys a little bit further down the field that I haven't mentioned so far. Cutler. John Zhu, very uncharacteristically down there in 22nd. Let's see what sort of time he does here to jump himself from 22nd into 5th. So that's a little bit more like the John Zhu that we all know. Here's Ben Hederman, winner at Bathurst, sitting at P12 right now, a second up on his best time. That might get him in the top 5. It does, P5. In fact, nice work from Hederman. Here's Newman, not going to improve his time in the Meatworks entry. Jack Steele, 1.5 tenths down, 30 odd seconds left to go. So this will probably be the last lap for him. Alice is out there, he's 1.5 tenths up on his best time. Let's flip across to him. That was Skinny Luke just getting out of the way for him to slip through. Let's see if he can jump onto the front row. I think it's going to be a bridge too far. As we go 000, could snatch 3rd here. I think he will. He does. Nice work from Breno Ellis, P2 in the championship right now. Here's Matt Bursa, but it's looking like Squires has got this wrapped up. Bursa's not going to improve his time or his position. Andy Gallagher, he'll improve his time and his position. It's just a matter of how much. Goes from 18th to 14th. Nice work from Andy Gallagher in the 225 Porsche. Here's Jake Green. He's not going to improve. Oh, will he improve enough to move his position? No, he won't. 16th is where he will be for now. John Zhu, he's not going to improve either, so good enough for P6. Lawless is going out there. Here's Newman, the last of the time lapses. We're already into the 2-minute countdown. He's 4 tenths up on his best time, so could he snatch a top 10? No, he won't. He lost a bit of time there out of the Casio Triangle. All gone. I think it will be P17 for him. It is. We're all run and done. Congratulations to Andy Squires. He is our pole position sitter. So congratulations to him. I'll put him in my book, A Squires. And that is third different pole sitter for this season so far. So Glori, Babi 3, Alice 1, Andy Squires has got pole position for round number 5. So big congratulations to him. Then it is the AM class. Jack Steele up there in P4. So great starting spot from him. It will be once we get this underway. But Squires, Babi, Alice, Steele, Hederman, and Zhu, Luke, Bursa, Lawless, Etch. That's your top 10. Looking very good right now. Field of 29. We've got to 29 in the end. That's pretty good. All right, we'll be back in like 60 odd seconds. Sit tight. We've got round 5 coming up. All right, we are back just in time. We are getting things underway. That was a good qualifying session. That was a lot of fun, that one. Fast and Furious. And we're getting ready for 65 minutes. And it's going to be Aiden Squires, not Andy Squires, Aiden Squires, who will be leading us away. If you've been enjoying the stream so far, feel free, give us a like. If you want, you can subscribe. Always helps us with the algorithm and all that sort of jazz. If you are interested in joining the league as well, there are some links in the description to the website, to the Discord and all that sort of stuff. So if you are interested in getting involved with Oz Team Racing, have a look in the description. There's some notes in there that you can use to get in touch with the right people. In the meantime though, we are all getting set. Round number 5. Second half of the season about to begin. It's Squires and Babi on the front row. Will we see chaos like we've seen in the last couple of weeks? Or will it be all nice and clean and tidy? We are about to find out as the 29 car grid makes their way towards the start finish line. And we are going to get there. It is. A pretty good start from Gabby though. Squires in there, Steele looking to make a bit of a move into turn 1, and so far it looks like everyone has gotten through without any dramas, and it's Babi and Squires at the front. Oh, they make contact! They both spin around. Oh, there's Andy. Oh no, it's happening again. We're having chaos again at the start of the race. Let's see what happened here. It was, it just made one bump there, got on the grass, came back on, synchronized spinning, and then it was just bang, hit after hit after hit, and that was the aftermath of it. So as we go back to live images, and that is a very sick looking Ford Mustang. But I'll tell you what, it's a nice looking BMW at the front of the field. With Breno leading the way, followed by Hederman, Steele, Luke, Bursa. Start. Where did Glori Babi end up? He ended up down in P25. See some early pit action. There he is. Doesn't look like there was too much damage there either for him. Ross, Hudson and Green all battling it out down there. I think Green got a fair bit of damage that he's carrying perhaps, I'm not too sure. But out in front is this man here, Breno leading the way. From Hederman, Steele, Luke, Bursa. So they will make their way down the front straight for the first time this evening. And other than the fighting with the leaders, it was pretty good after that. Babi down into 24th, looking to make that 23rd. There he goes, he slips by nicely. And then once again we've got some action at the start of the race in the pits. That's Ben Newman and Aiden Squires as well. That's going to be a fair bit of time spent in the pits for him. Jack Steele, he's off to a good start as well. Sitting there in P3. And Alice already starting to pull out a little bit of a gap on Hederman and Steele. You got Luke, Bursa and Zoo through there as well. Keep an eye on John Zoo. I reckon he'd be a bit of a dark horse to, not a dark horse, a legit contender for either the victory or a podium this evening. What podiums does he have? He had a podium in round number 3. It's been his only podium for the season. As Etch-a-Sketch and Lawless, they both swap positions. Hedeman. Steele. Jack Steele just getting a little bit sort of squirrely out of the 130R. Vinny Canero and Lawless may swap positions. Oh, who is that down the escape road? Was it Hamilton? Let's see what happened here. He's just had to take evasive action under brakes, and he's rejoined the circuit. So a bit of a heart and mouth moment, that one. But Hamilton rejoins pit number 12. So the battle is definitely at the front here between Hedeman and Steele. Plenty of action throughout the rest of the field. That's Hudson. The AM Championship leader. He's made his way past Shane Robbins in the Wolfpack Racing 6. Then we've got a decent little pack forming. From about 8th, Vinny Canero, Wallace, Icarus, Pickett, Hamilton, Bank, Wren, Anderson, Douglas, Bracefield, all within a second of each other. Makes for some exciting racing. We'll see what sort of action that can produce this evening. But right now, Breno Ellis leading the pack, 2.4 seconds last lap. 59.855 compared to a 2-minute 5.57. So decent old gap there, lap speed. And you can see there that is the gap right now, 2.3 seconds. And Steele past Hedeman. Oh, that's a big old snap oversteer through the 130R. Keep it all facing the right way. I don't think he was involved in any contact in that opening little skirmish, so not 100% certain. Maybe struggling a little bit with performance of the car a little bit at the moment. We filter down through the field. This is Wren, and that is Anderson, Ryan Anderson. And Glori Babi is in the pits. So it's mandatory stop for fuel. So I wonder if this is just him doing an early fuel pit stop to get it out of the way, and then try and make his way up through the remainder of the pack. That was a beautiful shot. Look at him just flying through there, through Degler 1, Degler 2. Yeah, Babi in out. How long was he in there for? He was stopped for 11 seconds. Is that enough to top up fuel and make it all the way home? We're going to find out, but I think that was a strategic call. It wasn't any issue that he was facing. We're looking at Dan Icarus, Damo Icarus. This evening. He's chasing down Gary Wallace. Got Vinny Canero just up ahead of him. 2.5 seconds is the gap still between Ellis and Hedeman. Last one, Aston Martin, Skinny Luke. And the gap has just opened up a little bit between Hedeman and Steele. So it's dropped to half a second now, open up to over half a second in fact. And this is Gary Lawless going down the inside of Canero, gets the move done. Nice work from him. And Vinny Canero is going to have to fight off Damo Icarus in the 222 Lexus. But other than the that little incident that we had, it's been a nice clean start to this one, which is good. So what you like to see is Dodo and Robbins. They swap positions. Interested to see these two go at it. Hero and Icarus. That's Picken and Hamilton just behind Chirac Bank, just trying to attach himself to this little group. It is notoriously a difficult track to overtake at, so they'll definitely earn their keep this evening, making passes and whatnot. It's a busy circuit, keeps you occupied all the time. Very, very few actual straight parts of the track. Always working. Alice 2.4 seconds the gap between he and Hederman. So it is mandatory fuel stop this evening. Tyres are unlimited. That's generally the requirement for these 65-minute races. Is there. So John Zoo, so he's moved his way up into P6. So he's got Matt Bursa just ahead of him. It's a really good shot, is it? It's really tough as anything. So his last lap was 2 minutes 6 to compare to 2 minutes 7 to Bursa. Alice lapping in the 59.8 to 59.7. to Hederman, 59.8 to Steele. So he's 8/10 behind Hederman. And we got a couple. Oh, why did I do that? Sorry, everyone. That was terrible. Oh, I will replay that because that was just really bad. So what's happened to Bursa? Just there in front of Zoo, and he run wide. Oh, he has it at Dunlop, and yep, he didn't turn around there. Go back to the live images, and there he is. So again, they're in 7th position right now. We saw some other guys, so Green and Babi. So yeah, Glori Babi will track his progress as well. So currently P25. He does own the fastest lap. His last lap at 59.747. So he is flying right now. See if he can put that speed to use. He's got plenty of time, 53 minutes to make it up. He's going to have to sort of nurse those tyres all the way to the end though. See what he is capable of this evening. Here's Damo Icarus. All over the rear wing of Vinny Kimiro. Vinny Kimiro starting in P11. Oh no, what's happened here to Lawless? So he'd have trouble just out of the Casio triangle. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's gone in too deep. And no good. But that's it's damage limitation right there. That's be alright with that. We go back to live images. What's happened to Ross? No, nothing's happened to him. There's Dodo. Andy Gallagher is in the pits right now as well, so he got caught up in that early skirmish of lap 1. The other battles going on right now, just Nero, Icarus, Pickett, Lawless, and Hamilton. Feisty pack going on right now. Jack Steele just maintaining the gap right now between he and Hederman. It's at a second, 2.4 seconds is the gap between Alice and Hederman. So that's where it has sort of remained for the majority of this one. So in the very, very early stages, they've been going just under 15 minutes. Hero. He's got Bursa and Etch-a-Sketch about 3 seconds up the road. So just the flash of Bursa coming through there at the bottom of the screen. And that is Icarus holding off Pickett right now. That's Kid Hero. 2.9 seconds now, the difference between Alice and Hederman. That is, I think, Nick Pickett just having a look at the rear of the 222. Just filling his mirrors. Glori Babi continuing to pump in fast lap times. 59.512, but is 24 seconds adrift from Cutler. So he's got his work cut out for him. Once he catches up to that pack though, he might be able to make a little bit more progress a lot quicker, as well as Steele. He's all over the back now. Well, he was all over the back of Hederman as we caught him through Degner 1, and he ran wide there, and so he lost up the ground that he made, which has worked out quite well for Breno because he's 3 seconds up the road now. So he's got a nice little healthy buffer. You can see him there at the bottom of the screen. Then Hederman, then Steele, and Skinny Luke, 3.3 seconds behind. And then it's a pretty decent little pack forming with Luke, Zoo, Etch-a-Sketch, and Bursa. And then it's like another 3 second gap. It's kind of like a big sandwich, isn't it? With 4 cars in tow after Kid Hero. So we've got sort of 2 packs. One being headed by Skinny Luke in P4 with Zoo, Etch-a-Sketch and Bursa, and then you got the other little pack there of Vinny Kinero, Icarus, Picken and Wallace over here on the screen, and Hamilton to Radbank. Just trying to catch on to these guys. 3.4 seconds down the road. 3.4, 3.5 seems like the optimal gaps right now. Racing. There, but it's all right. But Alice on a commanding performance right now, so this will have championship implications because he was 26.5 points behind Glori Babi, who is currently sitting in P24. He's made up a lot of ground on Cutler. There's Bevis in there as well, so 9.4 seconds away from Bevis down there in 23rd and 24th. Babi 24th, Bevis 23rd, so plenty of ground to make up. Still got plenty of time. But Breno Alice, this is looking good for him. Can he make it his second race win on the trot? Well, he took out the first race victory last round, and then can he make this his first 65-minute race win for the season so far? He's our reigning champion. He's got the number 1 on the car, and he's showing everyone there's a big reason why he has that number 1 on the side of his car. Here's John Zoo. So he is sitting 3rd in the championship. He was 6 points behind Alice. So this that early incident between Squires and Babi is going to have championship repercussions, and we are in the second half of the season. So chances to rectify, get fewer and fewer as we go. Is Skinny Luke. He runs a little bit deep, and he loses that position to John Zoo. So Zoo moves up to the 4th, and then keep an eye on him. You can see him contend for a race victory or on the podium this evening. He's in 4th position. He's 5 seconds adrift now of Steele. Last lap around, Steele did a 2:02 versus a 2:05. So he's got a bit of work to do, but he's got a little bit of clear air now, so he'll go to work, try and get on the back of the 996 Lexus following the Steele. Got another pit entry, so that's Marosk. He's in the pit set. Is it? Wow, rather large angle. large drop off in the pit lane there. Remember boat races during wet sessions and rained out sessions in Suzuka, as we've seen many times over the years with typhoons and whatnot. Sailing down the pit lane. No sailing going on right now. This is Bursa. It's all over the back of extra sketch right now. They're battling out to 6th and 7th. Steele has closed the gap once again to Hederman. So, just as I was speaking, opened it up again. But about half a second. It was at 8 tenths. So it's clawed back a few tenths. Eliis has just continued to open up the gap. So 3.9 seconds now is the difference between P1 and P2. So Breno is well under control at this stage. 20 minutes into it, so almost third race distance already. Good opportunity to view risers and fallers. Highest riser in the field, that would be Dodo. Desi Dodo down there in P19 right now, and Shane Robbins. So they're both up 8 spots from where they started, 28th and 27th respectively. Tarab Bank, he's up 7 spots, so started in 20th, currently P13. Who else has got? Bracefield, he's up 6 spots into 17th. Douglas up 5 spots. Cutler up 5. And the rest of them are all 4, 3, 2, 1. Steele up 1 spot. The largest fallers is this man who's in the pits right now, Aidan Squires, down 28 spots in 29th, and Glori Babi was the other one, down 20 spots. Both have stopped. Andy Gallagher down 13 spots, but he has stopped as well. So a little bit artificial, the fallers, but the risers certainly authentic, if you like, in their numbers. So do with that what you will. Sketch closest battle, one of the closest battles on the track, started to spread out a little bit as you can get here. I think these guys will start to be thinking about just conserving tyres, thinking about when they're scheduled to make their pit stops for fuel. As we've seen a couple of races where going to the last lap almost was the strategy. So we'll see what that is going to look like this evening. What is it? 3:16 in game time. Long way to go. Steele has closed the gap now between Hederman. 3 tenths. You can see exactly what it looks like there. That was the gap back to Zoo and Luke and Etch-a-Sketch. So that was about 5 seconds. Steele, his last lap was 2:03. Hederman was a 2:04. So was Breno Ellis. Glori Babi, 2:05. Hayden Bevis pits right now, so that'll help Glori Babi. He's up into 22nd. Going back to this battle here, and now this will just be guys starting to feel well in the groove. Been going for nearly half an hour, and just starting to think about sort of strategy they want to implement here. As Steele going wide there at the 130R. Sort of see the moves that Steele had. I don't have him in my top 10, so I don't have any stats, if you like, on him. Doing a good job though, right now. A couple of tenths slower than that than Hedderman in the previous lap. So that's out to 6 tenths again. Edge Sketch and Skinny Luke, they're still continuing their battle. John Zhu to be in the podium position contention. 5.1 seconds drift of Steele. He's circulating in 2 minute 8 compared to 2 minute 7. So a bit of work to do for the number 45. And he's Steele and Hedderman. So it's come to a head. They're going to go side by side here. There we go. We caught up with it. Into the hairpin. He's going to go around the outside. That is the long way. He's going to try and cut back here. Not quite able to do it. But Steele clearly signalling his intentions. I want to get past. It's just going to be the case of, can he just manage it? Keep it on the straight and narrow. Extra sketch. He's all over the back of Skinny Luke, who does run wide. Doesn't cost him though. 386 missing. Glori Babi 12 seconds off Shane Robbins down there in P21 right now. There he is, a bit of a lonely race by himself at the length of straight basically to the next car, which would be the 666 Mustang. 12.5 seconds away, but probably catch that in the next sort of handful of laps. Now that's not for position. That is Bevis. It's Hayden Bevis. I haven't seen Bevis for a while. Last couple of races. He's down there in 27 and haven't lost one. I think we've lost the pole sitter. Yeah, looks like we have. We've had one drop out. So, there you go. Squires. Can't see him on my tiny screen at the moment. So, I guess he might have decided to pull the pin. He was just circulating down there at the rear of the field. In the meantime though, this is the 386, this is Etch a Sketch making the move side by side through the 130R, and he pulls it off. That was a nice move, and I think that is definitely worth having a look at again. Watch this. Pulls up to him, fully committed, great driving from both of them. And that was a very nice move there from Sketch, Etch a Sketch. Moves up into P number 5, some nice work from him. Great driving from both of them, not to make any contact whatsoever, gave each other room, nice and respectful. Good example of league racing right there. So Etch a Sketch, he's 3.2 seconds behind John Zhu, who's 4.9 seconds behind this guy here, Jack Steele. And he is working away. He's just kept that half a second gap between he and Hederman. Saw on that last triple round at the hairpin and make him move at the same time this trip. Making their way through Spoon. You can see him just wrestling with the car, right in the oversteer. Flat to the floor. Oh, will we see another overtake through the 130R side by side? Hederman just dropped a wheel on the outside on the exit. Cost him a little bit of speed. And Steele going to argue the point once again. Great driving between the two of them, not to make any contact. Nice and respectful, hard, clean fighting. Steele, this is not over with, tucks into the draft. Hederman goes defensive, and I think Steele is going to be able to sneak through. He's going to go around the outside through turn one, more side-by-side racing, and Steele finally wins the battle. He gets it done, and finally is able to move that the Lexus into P number 2. That was great stuff. From the exit of Spoon Curve, that's where it started, and the entry of turn 1 is where it ended. And during that time, no touching, no door banging. That was great stuff. Really, really good driving. Good high quality driving from the both of them. And Steele will now try to use to advantage clean air. In saying that though, Eliis is 8.4 seconds up the road. 2:04 on his previous lap. Those guys that we were just watching there, they were 2015, 2019 on that previous lap. So Eliis has the pace while the other two are squabbling amongst themselves. But now we might see Steele just try and open up a bit of a gap on Hederman in pursuit of Eliis. But it's all under control for car number 1 at this stage of the race, as we're approaching the halfway mark. What else do we have out there? This is Chris Picken as well. He's been battling it out with Kinero. Last time around was a 2:12 to Kinero, 2:09 to Picken, so 3/10 faster on that previous lap was Picken over Kinero. That's Bevis in the foreground there, so he is down there in P number 27 right now. That's Icarus, and looks like Lawless as well. He's making his way into the pits, so they've decided the halfway mark is where they want to make their stop. And there you go. So fuel is mandatory, tyres are not. So pit stop conditions that we have for the evening. Desi Dodo, he's making his way into the pits as well. So stopping there from P20. Skinny Luke and Etch-Sketch. 350 in-game time. Truck has gone down a degree, 22. Air has stayed the same. Optimum conditions though, it has been for the entirety of the race. So conditions still very much suited. That's Chris Wren. Did he get past Tarab Bank in the Porsche? That lovely presented Porsche as well, the Red Bull liveried Porsche. And Bank just runs a little bit deep under braking. And that is enough for Ren to walk through. So he moves up into P11. Ren started in 19th, so up 8 spots for him in the first half. Looking very good right now is Chris Ren. Sits 8th in the championship. His best finish so far this season, P6. A few rounds ago, I think that was at Bathurst, I think it was. Round number 3, yep, that was Bathurst. So looking to improve that P11 right now. So Luke will continue to just work away the rear wing of the Nissan. 8.3 seconds is the gap though between Breno Ellis and Jack Steele. You can see there. You can see just entering into the entry of the hairpin with Steele, and he's got a second on Hederman at the moment. So he's been able to up the pace 2:05 previous trip round compared to 2:1.1 to Hederman. So just over half a second difference in pace. So he's taking advantage of that fresh air after the stunning move that he made around the outside eventually it was. Oh, big slide there. Sort of has been kind of a bit of an Achilles heel for Jack Steele. Definitely has strong pace over one lap, most definitely. But it's sort of stringing it all together. We saw that at Bathurst after he made the pit stop. I think he was in P3, and not long after he made that pit stop, he was out. And I've seen plenty of other racing with him as well. And sometimes it can just be, not his night, and he'd be fast in qualifying, and then race, not his strength. But tonight, definitely looking good right now. P2, 8 seconds behind Alice. He's been the class of the field tonight. It's the reigning defending champion in the BMW. Glori Babi, he's making his way up to Shane Robbins now. So he's moved himself up into P18. He's made his stop. I don't think he's stopping for the rest of this race. This is a move for position. Robbins not going too defensive there, making him work for it nonetheless. And that's Glori Babi. He works his way up into P17. Now he's got Hudson just up ahead. You see there the rough gap. 5.6 seconds is the difference. That is not Babi. Levis and Cutler. Ben Cutler. He's nice for GT3. First time see judging by that livery as well. Although the livery might be on purpose. Test Mustang GT3 all black, maybe. I'm not too sure. Liveries before the next round. Here's Dylan Douglas having a decent race, up 7 spots from 21st into 14th right now. He's got Ryan Anderson just up ahead of him in the Meatworks entries. One of the Meatworks entries. Here's the other one. It's Newman. Ben Newman. Here's the other Meatworks entry. Standing at 23rd. Half a second gap between him and Ross. Now, who has pitted? You can see who's pitted there on the screen. Beautiful. So So it's a little bit more like who hasn't pitted. Vinny Canero hasn't pitted. He's pitting now. So is Nick Picken. Let's go back to that little battle. That was looking nice, actually. Where were we? Newman. There we are. All over the back of the Ferrari of Marosk. Plenty of pit action going on right now. It's Bracefield is in there, so is Shane Robbins. Oh, has he had contact with something there, Shane Robbins? Maybe. That front end does look. Oh, yeah, he has had contact with something for sure. Bracefield out. Picken will be moving shortly. Let's go back to Newman and Marosk. And so at the front though, it's Breno Ellis leading the way, 8.2 seconds is the gap between he and Steele. Hedman in third, 2.4 seconds back. Zoo 3.7 seconds back in fourth. Another 3.7 seconds back. In fifth is that sketch. Less than a second is Skinny Luke. So he's sitting in sixth right now. Then it's Bursa. Hamilton 12 seconds behind Bursa. Ren 11 seconds behind. And Tarat Bank just over half a second behind Chris Wren. So that gives you an idea on the top 10 right now. Jack Steele is the highest of the AM runners. And Hudson, who is leading the AM Championship, he's sitting there in P13 right now. He's 8 seconds away from Douglas, 2.6 seconds ahead of Glori Babi. So Hudson might be the next person that Babi is going to get past on his charge towards the front. So sitting in 14th right now, qualified in P2, I think it was, with him and Squires. And yeah, they had that incident just on the first lap going up through the Santa Resses. Yeah, they both spun around. Squires certainly did get the rawer end of the deal, if you like. He was the protagonist though. He was the one who made contact. They both spun, and then there was contact with Andy Gallagher as well, who was an innocent bystander in all of it. He gave Squires a pretty big whack, and I think he got another big whack in there as well. Speaking of Andy Gallagher, you've got Desi Dodo. These two are going to be looking to go side by side into the 130R. Thinks better of it. So he's made his stop. He's down 10 spots from where he began the race in 14th. But yeah, he's booked his spot. So was Desi as well. So, and that's our race leader coming through. So you can see him flashing his lights, as he's well within his rights to do, just to alert the upcoming cars that, hey, I'm the fastest guy out there on the circuit right now. And nice work from Andy Gallagher, just getting it, and for Desi Dodo as well. And now those two can go back at it, hammer and tong. They've let the race leader through. Good driving from those guys, good etiquette. And away goes Breno Ellis up the road. So 8 seconds is the gap. And other guys will have to keep an eye for the following pack to come through. Here's Glori Babi continuing his charge up through the field. He's got Hudson in his sights now. Hudson has not yet made a pit stop. Oh, he makes contact! And almost went around. Hudson is left in a very precarious position. Let's go to the replay, otherwise I won't be able to get him and come back to him. Hopefully he's in a bit more of a better position. And here it is here. Bang! So I'm not too sure if Glori Babi just got a better run out of there. And there you go. That's where he ended up. Where is he? He's made his way into the pits. So, that was pretty rough. It was just a misjudgment more than anything. Definitely not insinuating that it was intentional at all. That just looked like it was. He had a bit more pace and just misjudged it out of that last corner. And Hudson unfortunately spun around and now finds himself in the pits. Where these two are heading past Morosk and Newman. And that is Nick Picken, so that is for position as well. Where did he start, Nick Picken? 13th. Down 8 spots, but I think he might have just recently made his pit stop. He did 4 minutes ago. There you go. So he's just getting himself re-sorted. And Hudson disqualified. Oh no, you know what? That would have been because he was facing around the wrong way in the pits. Just seen that on the screen. That would have been, that would have been the repercussions of that, unfortunately for him. Oh, how sad. It's pretty brutal, actually. Not his own fault. And just, I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. It's, that's rough. He was having a good race as well. That will affect championship standings as well in the AM. In the AM category, he was leading. Jack Steer was P2 in the championship, and he's currently P2 on the track right now. So that will have championship implications. Douglas is in the pits as well. Let's go back to that little scrap that was going on down in 20th and 21st. So Nick Picken will just be trying to work his way through these two. They've both pitted, so they're not they're not under any need to give up their spots voluntarily. He's going to have to fight them tooth and nail. Let's see how this develops. Lawless and Douglas, they've swapped spots as well, so Lawless up into 15th. I didn't quite catch that. Here goes Picken though. Going to tuck out of the draft. Oh, they make contact. It's very unfortunate. This is what it looked like from Newman. There's Picken. I reckon. Away he goes. I don't think there'd be a hell of a lot of damage taken from that as Green and Douglas exchanging positions down there in 16th and 17th. I did see Hederman making his way through. So with Newman, this is that's John Zhu. Yep. So maybe that might be one for post-race discussions. Chris Wren, he's up there in 9th position. He's up 10 spots. Has he pitted yet? He hasn't, no. So the top 11 haven't pitted yet. So everyone else has. He's having a good run though, Chris Wren. Having a decent go of it this evening. 17 minutes still to go, so a little bit still left to unfold in this one, round number 5. 4:33 in-game time. Air temperature's gone down a degree, so it's 15 degrees. Track is only at 20, still optimum. Will it affect the conditions and the level of grip out there? That's Breno Eliis. That's our race leader coming through, using Nick Picken for a bit of a draft. And that's Picken on, and that's Morosk. So this is all for position. So Nick Picken will be hoping to jump up a bunch of spots once the car's ahead pit. And I reckon total pit time stop was a long stop. He was a minute 16, so the kind of pass score tonight has probably been around 35 to 40 seconds, I reckon. So as we get closer to the end, obviously less fuel is required, and the shorter the stop. Here's Damo Icarus. Oh, I thought we were going to see more actually side by side through 130R on that triple round. But that's Kinero, so he's got that move done. Oh, it's a bit too late, sorry. See how, yeah. Well, that kind of explains that move though, because it looked pretty ambitious, and yeah, so that sort of gives us a bit more context. This is why, and here's Pickin. So he finally gets past Marosk. Let's have a look at that again, because I feel like we owe it to him. We stuck with him for such a long time. Let's see how the pass came about. So they're out of Spoon. Marosk runs wide. Pickin goes down the inside. A little bit of a love tap on the way through. And thank you very much. It's all done. Rab Bank. Yeah, so let's have a look at time lost in pits. So I reckon if we go off, say, 35 seconds, roughly 35 seconds, what sort of changes could we see? This is Kinero and Icarus. So they've managed to, Icarus has managed to swap position again. Haven't caught it enough. Haven't caught it too late. Oh, so there was a touch at Degna 1. They both go off. Icarus gets on a little bit quicker. That's Tanner. He's down there in P27. So he's not involved in this battle. That's why he just backed out of it. And we go back to live images. And we've got Kinero now ahead of Damo Icarus, sorry. So mate, that might have been a redress, potentially, I would say. Yeah, so they're working on 35 seconds. Babi. Oh man, he's flying right now. So he's down there in 12th position, 2 minutes 9. He's got the same pace as the race leader Breno Eliis, and Jack Steele as well. Jack Steele's 7.5 seconds behind. But obviously everyone from P1 to P11 all still need to make their pit stops. So I'm just trying to do a little prediction here of where Glori Babi could end up, and I would say that's probably top 10 at this stage. Obviously that incident with Hudson didn't help. Definitely didn't help Hudson. It helped him get disqualified is what it helped him do, unfortunately for him, through no fault of his own. I have seen another car in another game one time get stuck like that in the pits at Spa, in fact. So it has happened, and we've got a little bit of contact between Icarus and Kinero. They're going to go banging door to door through Degna 1, Degna 2. And this is getting very willing at the moment. 12 and a half minutes left. Are getting to the business end of proceedings. Icarus going down the inside at the hairpin. It's going to be a drag race now to go up the hill. And this is not over, you would think. This is how close it is between the two right now. Out of Spoon as well. Tyres. He did a tyre stop as well, judging from his pit time. So 19 minutes, so not too bad. I think he'd be feeling pretty comfortable with that. So he was around a halfway mark stopper. to simmer down for a moment. I feel like just one little mistake for me for these guys could spell danger. Andy Gallagher, he's all over the back of Marosk right now. They're down in 20th and 21st. Gallagher having started 14th this evening. And he gets the job done. Nice work. Andy Gallagher. So he moves up into P number 20. Back to this scrap. Damo Icarus. Going to go into Degna 1 and Degna 2. Almost side by side again for the third lap in a row. Not to be. Bit of a game of chicken at the moment. Who dares goes the hardest? Oh, Canero goes too hard. Oh, I didn't press the brake pedal hard enough at the hairpin. And Icarus has got that move done. Let's see it again on the replay. Maybe the Helican will show us. Oh, see, Canero's gone defensive there and I think he's just got a little bit muddled up. Broken his concentration a little bit. And, yeah, it's costing the position as we go back to live images now. There we go, and Icarus holds on to that. So, up there in P13. Less than 10 minutes left, 9.5 minutes to be exact. And Craig Gallagher, go Gallagher, recovery drive for the win. There we go. So it's been a good recovery drive from Gallagher. He had a good starting position, but just getting caught up in that first lap was very, very unfortunate for him. He was a completely innocent bystander in all of that, and just didn't have an opportunity to take evasive action, and that was all over. But he's done well to get up into P20. So we went to Andy Gallagher for this evening. Here's Bank and Ren at the hairpin. Let's see how that came about. Out of Degna 2, head under the bridge. He's just outbraked himself as well, so he did what Vinny Canero did, and made the same mistake and finds himself in P10. He does need to pit again. Everyone in the top 11, 8 minutes 20 remaining. Here's Douglas in green. Where did those blokes start? Hey, good work to Dylan Douglas. Started in 21st, up there in 17th right now, up 4 spots. Green started in 16th, holding on to 16th, and both cars are pitted. So these are legit positions. Good work to those guys. Here's Glori Babi. He's got Ryan Anderson in the Meatworks entry. How much further can Glori Babi get? Anderson still needs to make a pit stop, and so does every single car ahead of him. So it's going to be top 10 easily. Can you get into the top 5? We'll have to wait and see. We've got 7.5 minutes remaining. What is it? In-game time, 5:02 p.m. You can see the circuit being bathed in the late afternoon sunshine. What is it? It's springtime in Japan, I think, at the moment. Maybe not daylight savings still, but heading into the warmer months. We, on the other hand, are heading into the cooler months. Green in the pit, so he makes possibly an unscheduled stop. And stick with this. Ryan Anderson putting up a fair old fight right now for this spot. still need to make a pit stop though. So, and he's run wide anyway at Spoon. I reckon those tyres will be feeling pretty second-hand right now as well. So Glori Babi claims another spot. He's up there in P11 now. Here's Philip Hamilton. He's making his pit stop. So that means Glori Babi will take that spot away from him as well. Hamilton still in there. This will be a pretty short and sharp spot. Short and sharp stop. Hits his mark. Should be going again any moment. There goes Babi. Hamilton goes down. That'll give us a bit of an idea on how long the stop should be. What was it, Anderson? Giving me a time for some reason on that one. Ryan Anderson. Yeah, okay. It wasn't Ryan Anderson. There's Philip Hamilton. Sorry, Philip Hamilton. Is it? What was it? Oh, 38 seconds in total. 5 seconds he was stopped for. Yeah, stop loss there for a moment. But this is John Zhu, so he's got Hedderman ahead of him. This year, I said, look out for him for a podium. And right now, last lap around, Hedderman did a 2:01.3. John Zhu did a 2:06. They both still need a pit. Etch-a-Sketch is in the pits. 4 minutes 20 seconds left. Etch-a-Sketch and Skinny Luke. They both make their way into the pits. Where's Glori Babi? Oh, he's coming out of Spoon Curve now. Those guys. What was it? 38 seconds. This is going to be pretty close between these two. Etch-a-Sketch, he's stopped. Skinny Luke, he's stationary. Babi is coming through the 130R. Both of them are underway again. And I reckon they're both going to be safe here. Yeah. Safe for now. Anyway, yeah, there we go. We got a good shot of it then. Couldn't quite see Babi. There he is. So he's got a lot of ground to make up in a very, very short amount of time. 3 minutes and 25 seconds and counting. Here's John Zhu. I called it. I said he might get a podium tonight. And right now he's half a second behind Ben Hedderman, who was 7/10 slower on that previous lap than Ben Hedderman. We've had a few other guys at the front stop. But all that's left is Eliis, Steele, Hedderman, Zhu, Bursa, and Brian Anderson. The rest have all stopped. Let's see what we've got here. Who's going to blink first? Who's going to make the pit stop first? So they're both going to just respond to each other. Will it be this lap? It's going to have to be either this lap or the next lap. It'll be kind of super fine if it isn't. And they're both making their stops. This is pressure filled stuff right now. The last thing you want to do is get a 30-second stop go penalty. We saw that with Lockie Bevis at Watkins Glen with John Zhu. Actually, they were fighting it out. So pressure filled stop here. Both have to hit their marks. It's just going to be a splash and dash. And Bursa goes through into the lead because Eliis was in the pits as well. So he's made his stop. He's in. He's out. Yeah, Bursa does need to stop again. Oh, what's happened? We're good? Yep. They both go. And that is the gap. So Hedderman's taken a bit of a gap on John Zhu. There's Hedderman. There's the gap. Yeah, it was an extra second. It was an extra 3 seconds total for John Zhu. So that's given Hedderman a little bit of breathing room. Now Matt Bursa, he is the race leader, but he will need to pit. Even if he was to cross the line at 000, he would get a penalty for not having pitted. So right now, Breno Eliis is our race leader. Jack Steele, he is pitted as well, so he's in P2 right now, 10 seconds down the road. Hederman, so my call for Zoo is proven to be wrong. I got a little bit too excited there. Extra sketch, Skinny Luke, Glori Babi. I think that's the highest he's going to get tonight, P8, which I think is still pretty decent. Very deep, a good drive, a good recovery drive. Just having a look across the top of the field. Not a lot going on. Braithfield making another stop. That will be unscheduled. Maybe he's miscalculated somehow, somewhat. Not too sure. Where are we? We'll probably get one more lap. We're going to get this in very, very shortly though on this one. Couldn't really afford to just back it off and roll it across the line here. He could have in the end. There's a new race leader, Breno Eliis.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
Perfect time to do it because here comes Bursa. He's into the pits. And Eliis been given the signal. This will be the final lap of the race. Bursa still in there. Hederman coming through. Zoo will come through as well. So it's looking like Hederman. Can he hold on for another podium? Where would that place him? So that would be his second podium of the season. Interesting season for him. 13th, 11th, 1st, 6th, and 27th. Can he make it a third? Bursa drops down into P7. He's taken one podium. That'll be his second best finishing spot for the season. It will be for Matt Bursa. But it has been a phenomenal drive from Breno Eliis. So I think where did he start? P3? Yeah, it was P3. Got gifted the lead with Squires and Babi, but then he has had the pace to dominate this race, so I dare say he would have definitely been contending for the race victory even if Squires and Babi had remained in the race. It is a bit of a shame because I reckon it would have been a cracking battle between all three of those cars. Throw in Steele and Hederman as well as Zoo, and I reckon we could have had a pretty cracking race. But it is going to be race victory number 2 for the season for Breno Eliis. Finding some form, he missed round 3, but his last 3 races are going to be first, second, first. Breno Eliis, he has the number 1 on the side of the car, and Suzuka, round number 5. Victory belongs to Breno Eliis. Congratulations. That was a great drive for him. That was an all-commanding drive. Well done. Here's Jack Steele. He's going to come home in a very, very well-deserved P2. Well done, Jack Steele. He takes home second position in the Lexus, about 10 seconds behind Eliis. Here comes Hederman. He'll take home his second podium for the season. Congratulations to him. John Zoo, only 3 seconds off a podium. He finishes in 4th, so a nice, strong result for the 45. Here's Etch a Sketch coming home in P5. Skinny Luke, great drive from him in 6th. Matt Bursa. He will be finishing the race in P7. Glori Babi, he's going to finish in P8 after all of that. Ryan Anderson in the Meatworks entry. He's making his way into the pits right now for his pit stop. So Hamilton will make his way through. He'll finish 9th. Vinny Canero, he's making his way out of the triangle right now. Anderson still in there, so he's going to drop down a few. Canero, he'll come home in P12 or 10. It's going to jump around a little bit. Terrell Bank, Chris Wren crosses the line. Anderson continues to drop down. There he goes, physically dropping down. Here's Gary Lawless, making his way towards the line right now. How low will Anderson go? Lawless in P15, I think. Douglas comes home. Nick Picken in 17th. Andy Gallagher with a great recovery drive from him. He's going to end up finishing P20, P18 after all of that. So a good result, all things considered. He'll be the final car, I think, on the final lap. There he goes past the line. And then Jamin Marosk as well will be the last car on the lead lap. He comes home in P number 16. Where did he start? P24, up 8 spots. Well done to him. Good job. Hamilton up 7 as well. But that is all done. And Breno Eliis is the race victor for round number 5. So big congratulations to him. Breno Eliis, that's 2 wins on the trot after taking out one of the 2 sprint races last round at Zolder. All right. We are all done, everyone. So that is round number 5 in the books. We are going to do it all over again. We'll do it in round 6, going to be Paul Ricard in a couple of weeks. So looking forward to doing that one. Hope you enjoyed this evening. But it's Breno Eliis with a commanding victory tonight. Jack Steele, Ben Hederman was the podium rounded out. Steele was the fastest of the AM drivers as well. So congratulations to him to go with his podium. But we're all done here. That's all a wrap. Like I said, next round in a couple of weeks, we'll see you at Paul Ricard. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. My name is Nick, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.